Okay, today, instead of, video recording, I'm going to do something different today. I'm going to record from an audio, from my heart. Because I think it's time to be able to say, you know what, I'm tired of the way things are, and I'm tired the constant people, uh, you know, for one thing or another, I will tell you, I have struggled to convey my message sometimes because I am afraid to share my truth. My people evolve, you see, but the thing is, people forgot that they're human and they grow, personal development. And but sometimes people don't want to grow. They want to stay where they are. And I'm tired of not trying to convey my message, and I'm tired of seeing people struggle. That is why I do the thing that I do on my YouTube channel. I can, you know, some uh, person try to persuade me to being not who I am, but that would dilute the message that I'm trying to convey to you as the reader. You know, people forget that there are people. They forget that there are people who are struggling, that people want to relate to be able to say, I have tried this method and nothing's working. People forget that. People forget, no matter how much you know about the law of attraction, if you're a teacher, if you're a light worker, or if whatever, you forget that there are also people who are not you, who are not a light worker, who's just trying to live a better life, who's just trying to find their way uh, to to know who they are, what their wants are. People forget that, and that's what I try to. I can't. That's why I try to do what I do, because I see it. Whether it's online, people say things, and then why not? Then why not help them? Why do we pretend that we don't see it, and we say, oh, it's all you have to do is think positive, all you do is be optimistic, and you win. But that's not necessarily true. If all you do is think positive, you would think that most people would win in life already. But it's not by the winning. It's not winning and succeeding. It's not by what you think it is, right? It's by your definition. It's not the world, okay? And sometimes my truth, my what I figure out, it used to be about the law of attraction. It used to be, but it still is in a way. But it's not as most people what they think it is. I grew in love with knowledge, because knowledge and personal development saved my life. It helped me find who we truly are, who we are. And people forget that people struggle, and people say, oh, we don't have to struggle. But there are people who have been have so much struggle in their life, they can't see the way. We need to help those people too, not just the feel good moments, because they have dark times too. We forget that there is dark night of the soul, right? We forget that you see the rest of the world hide who they truly are. So if I try to convey a message that we shouldn't hide who we are, we should embrace the fact that we are unique and different. And most people say, oh yeah, you are unique and different, but yet they hide themselves from the world. They hide. And it's great and all. Uh, Here's the thing that ticked me off. Most of the time about the law of attraction, there will be people who have this version of the law of attraction, and they say it, but they forgot to be grounded and to give it to the aspect of people. People come in. See, here's the thing. People come in and they want to learn about the law of attraction, And yet they forgot that the people who are coming in to learn about the law of attraction, they're in pain, they're suffering, but all they see is no, this how it work. So that's why my message is a little bit strong, and I have a strong opinion about things because I evolve. My message evolve. Things doesn't stay the same, but if you think that things always stay the same, you're wrong. Technology always rapidly moving forward. We human change our DNA, right? They say our environment affect our DNA. Our thoughts patterns affect our body. But here's the thing. If you don't evolve, then how can you become better? Isn't the whole purpose about the law of attraction is to evolve, to find a center place to your home? Isn't it about to find the peace that we're looking for? My peace, my mission is to be able to say, I understand where you come from. I have been where you come from. I cannot say that, most people forget that I was in special education. And people say I was stupid. I thought I was stupid. So that does no good to humanity if I just hide the fact that I was struggling than most people. I never got A's because I never get A. Maybe I did probably. I got B's, yes, but my whole entire life I believe that I wouldn't amount to anything. So, see, here's the thing that people forget. I don't care whether you're young, old. It's just that this is my truth. And I'm not going to be swayed by just because someone disagree with my opinion. We can all disagree with anything. There are entrepreneurs that I disagree with, but I still look up to them. There are things that I disagree with from people around me, like my friends, but I still care for them, right? And most of the time, I think that people forget that there are people who are just trying to learn about the law of attraction, who just want to be able to make their life more happier, meaningful, peaceful. No matter how much spiritual you are, at the end of the day, you don't forget to relate to people. To be able to tell your story, not to be swayed by the opinions of others. To be able to say, I have struggle too, and I understand where you come from. And not to say, oh, I don't have struggle. I don't have fear. But in the end of the day, I do have fear. You can't say that you don't have fear. People lie to themselves too much. They cover the truth. See, the thing is, when they say they don't have fear, matter of fact, they do. It's just that they don't say it like that. And the truth doesn't matter is, mine, it's just through books. If people hate books so much, most people hate knowledge so much, most people hate a lot of things so much, my message conveys a little bit different. See, people hate knowledge because they was forced to learn something that they didn't want. And I don't think knowledge is bad. I think knowledge is great. This is my truth. And sometimes I'm tired of, see, what make me unique is this: I put an aspect of who I am on the table. I don't hide. Most people try to push their message to me. I was like, no, that's not true. I mean, if you live that truth, that's your truth. If you believe that, then that's your belief. It doesn't have to be my belief. I don't need to believe that belief. The thing is, when you come to the law of attraction, you forget that you have different experiences in your life that make who you are today. The the present and the past are very powerful. It will mold you who you will become. But people choose to not become something better. They stay in the past. Same thing of what they know. They stay in the past of what they know in their experience, but they never move on. Knowledge will always change, always become better. But one thing is, if you don't grow, you will not see the bigger picture. People, I feel like, you know, I'll tell you the truth. Whether you like it or not, I'll tell it. I tried my best to not try to offend anybody through my YouTube videos with law of attraction, because people have a version of the law of attraction, right? Because they study so much, right? They know that uh what the law of vibration said. The law of vibration said there's everything is constant moving, and it's everything is vibrating at a certain frequency. We know that. And we know that, if you've been in law of attraction for many certain, or you hear different version of, that there's thought wave when we send off thought wave, it connect with the universe or something like that. We know that. Many people know that, matter of fact. Many people know that we are connected with the universe, and they regurgitate that through their mouth, right? They know that. But yet something holds them back too. Their belief system or their knowledge of that. My message is, why can't we grow? Why can't we evolve? Why we have to be like, oh, it's like this and it'll always will be like that? Why? Why can't I express who I am? Bruce Lee did it. He expressed who he is through his art, through Jeet Kune Do, through. That's why I respected Bruce Lee, because he tells his truth. That's why martial arts is about expression of your body, of the movement. But people forget to express that. So they hide they hide who they are from their friends and families. And do I believe in the other realm? Yes, I do. I believe in the astral projection because I did it before. I wanted to do it again, but I can never do it again, sadly. The funny thing is, do I believe in intuition? I do. That's the inner voice that guides you, and I believe that. Do I believe in the universe? Yeah, I do. Everything I believe, that people believe. But I say that there's always can be better. Why can't we adapt? Why can't we it's funny. How come the brain can adapt? Or the brain is malleable. The brain is plastic. It can change. Why can't we? Why can't we change? Why are most people afraid to change? Even if in the law of attraction, why are they afraid to change? Here's the thing. The funny truth is, they're afraid. They don't say it. They're afraid that, I have some information that conflict with them. It's okay if you disagree. It's okay. No method, no thing will ever work for anyone. But just take something that you like and incorporate, and take something that you don't like and discard it, like Bruce Lee said. Take what is useful and discard what is useless, and make it your own. Why can't we do that? Why we have to say, oh, this is wrong? No. We all know that everything is energy. So what do we need to do with this information that's so profoundly profound? What do we need to do about it? It is the personal action that you need to take. I don't care if you had to freaking figure out what you wanted to do. It's great. It's great to be in this information age and to know it. But I yet have found anyone who tell me, see, here's the thing. Sometimes when people, there are other dark side of spirituality that people don't tell you. They get too condescending. They get too proud. They have too much ego. And then they push aside that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay. Not hide. See, it's okay. The dark side is they believe in, I get tired because I deal with one person and it doesn't make sense. When I say that the law of attraction people, meaning that that there's always things can be improved. You know that. We all do. And we get frustrated too. We're not I know that they say we're gods, but I actually wanted to say that, yeah, the trailer for the Power Rangers, what was it with Tommy in it? He say they could have been gods. I mean, people in the law of attraction said they're gods, but they forgot to relate. If they're trying to be a teacher, they forgot that when beginners come, they're looking them for guidance and for answers. So why can't we dumb down a little bit? Why can't we forget that when people come into it, they're trying to look for a way to relieve the pain that they have. I was looking for a way to relieve the pain that I had in the past of my evolution. Every stage that I go through is evolution. When I was asleep, most people who know what asleep is. Asleep is when you'd been brainwashed and uh, you've been living an illusion your whole life, and then one day it shattered because you learned something, that the world is not this static place that we live in. It's alive through our mind. Our mind and our world is created by our vision, our ideas, and it shaped the world around us. It shaped how it affects human beings. It affects how we act and behave towards other human beings because of our ideas and our past upbringing affect and it control your perception. So what we going to do? It shattered who I was, who I thought I was, and I thought that I was here to live. I thought, I don't know. I thought that I'm gonna live here and pass away, or whatever. But then I go into personal development, and I found out that there are stages that I went through, being asleep and then being awakened. But I was had to go through the dark night of the soul to find that there's something in me that I didn't discover before. When I was going through the dark night of the soul, I was in pain. I was having everything just. I didn't understand what was happening, and so I went through that, and then I met, I attracted, or come to the self-fulfilling prophecy and the law of attraction. And then after that, I got into personal development, and after that, I got into studying other subjects because of other people. So why can't we evolve? Why in any area of our stage we evolve, right? But if we don't evolve, we're going backwards. A lot of people go backwards, right? Sometimes, right? They go backwards, and sometimes they don't come back, right? They live in an era that no longer exists. We used to have I one time talked to a mentor, a friend, and we were talking about cell phones or telephones, and the old telephone, I thought it was the kind of like the brick size, but there's also a wall like a suitcase. I was like, whoa, I don't know they have a suitcase one, you know. And sometimes I don't want to dim down my message just because people dislike it. Look, I'm only here to tell how I see it. You can take it with a grain of salt. You can take it in and say, maybe he do know what he's talking about a little bit. Maybe he have studied years and years of and testing these ideas to see if it works. And it does work, but people forget that I also studied. I dislike studying. I hate school. I despise school. Why do I despise school? Well, it pressured me into believing something that most people believe in. Most people, I dislike it. Those things that I um, don't like the way people tell you about, society and whatnot. Society have their own rules. A lot of people have their own rules of how culture is. Culture is very beautiful. Nothing wrong with that. Because I'm Asian. There's beautiful things about Asian culture. Very beautiful. But it's the tradition, it's the bygone past that keep us stuck from the past and never move on. And the and it's always constant changing. Why can't things the universe is always constant changing. Why can't we change? I know that we are afraid to change, and a lot of people are afraid to change. But if you don't change, you're changing. If you're going to change anyway, you age. But a lot of people, it's sad. A lot of people die with their hopes and dreams in the graveyard. They never actually lived long enough to retell the story. Right now, you can retell your story. Right now, you can rewrite the way you want to rewrite it. How you want to design it. How you want to design your life. Most people forget that maybe dream is worth pursuing. But if you don't do it, then who will? Who will live your truth? Who will live the experience that you want to experience? Who will do that for you? No one. Only you. I mean, you have eyes. You can feel. You can touch. You have many different experiences. Why can't we accept that we're different? I was having a bit. I was being down because there was a person who uh, always tell me, why should I do interview? Why why am I seeking? Because there's in the spiritual world there's a no that you can't seek, because the answer is within you always. The answer is within you when it's come to nature and to you, but the answer isn't within you when you want to learn something about relationship. I mean, yes, there's things that you can do, but you know, we wasn't born with a manuscript. We wasn't born a manuscript to tell you how to operate and effectively use our brain. We wasn't born and given a manual about how to communicate with other people. School didn't teach you that. School teach you just pass the exam. Exam is nothing. Your life is it's funny. I'll tell you a story, a great story. When I was in boarding school, um, yeah, when I was in boarding school, I see a lot of things. I experienced different experience from different people, roommates, and stuff like that, and I adapt because I got used to it, and I love it. I love it. There's amazing people in boarding school. That was the most people say it was. Most people say it was a mistake um, that I got kicked out of high school, right? Actually, they think there was a mistake. Most parents, most kids, most because that's how if you don't go to school, you won't be successful. But I think that's success. Doesn't going to school doesn't guarantee you successful. It if you go and work, government type job, whatever. But that many entrepreneurs and Bill Gates and stuff like that, they quit uh, college and then They win in life regardless, and they don't need to go back to school anymore. Besides, Bill Gates reads all the time. He reads more than the college student ever read in their life. Most college students, after they graduate, they stop reading. They stop learning. Life is about constant learning and constant freaking changing. It's the same about the law of attraction. People act like the college student or high school student. They never pick up a book again. So they say that here's the thing. I believe imagination is important. But why not other things like knowledge or books or things that are important to improve you? Why do we believe in the myth that books aren't important? Because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, because you were forced to read, and so you hate, or you were forced to learn something that you didn't like. I mean, if we think about it, it's true. And a lot of time, people dis they a lot of time people dislike the corporate world, right? That's why most people become entrepreneurs and stuff like that and build their own business. And I know I'm ranting about this, and it should be like vibration stuff, yeah, but it's still included in the vibration stuff because whatever your thought pattern is, whatever your fixed belief idea is in your subconscious, is vibrating that frequency, and they attract like-minded people. And have you ever noticed that people who believe in bricks and mortar always attract those people? Because their thought patterns and the belief system attract them to them. That's why when you become a friend with someone, you usually have a that you can relate with. And so people believe in the degree of college degree. Hey, nothing wrong with that. But I think that it's much more important to add value to you so you can add value to the marketplace. I think that's much better than believing that notion. So whatever your belief is, whatever your thought pattern is vibrating at a certain frequency, whether it's low or high, it will attract the circumstances or bring you the circumstance to you, the people, the ideas. When you have a focus, intense emotion, and then that you're embodying the truth, embodying it there for you. I mean, I notice this. I know this every time when I do an interview with I did an interview and I found out that people said whatever you focus on expands, and most people don't. When I say something different, most people in the law of attraction dislike it. Look, it's my truth and it's how I see it. Okay, I observe. So if you, the reason why people say it's the reason why they dislike it, because here's the thing, they they hear that so much all the time. It's been repetition through their brain, and so that's how they see it. But why can't we? That's what imagination is for. Imagination is where you constantly finding new ways to do things. See, let me tell you, I like to imagine a lot of things, and my imagination is much more crazier than most people. Mine, it's about having like superhero powers, common riders. If you don't know what that is kind of like it's they have, when they transform, they use belts, or they call it drivers, and it's almost like morphers, but it's not like morphers, it's not like Power Rangers, but it's almost like it, but it's not. But they changed into these powerful beings, and they can do amazing attacks, but they're heroes. And I imagine myself as a hero. But we are all heroes in the degree that if we tell our stories, or actually the story that we tell ourselves in our mind, and the story that we play, whether it's the law of attraction or whatever, we play that story because it's so often enough you've been listening to. That's how you reprogram your mind. I was listening to a long time ago. I used to listen to Brian Tracy. I still do. In his old video or YouTube video, there's a YouTube video, and he's like, whatever you focus on, expand. And I listen to that, and I believe that. But also, it's about embodiment, embodying the truth of who you are, right? And that's how you think about it. If you focus it and then expand, but if people think like they'll like have to focus like so hard. That's what I was thinking about. And expand. No, it's about embodying it. If you think about it, cause here's the thing that most people get tricked on. I got the experience now that I can see through people where, I remember I interviewed the Kung Fu master Jiao Gao, Ron Willer, and I was listening to him as he tell his story about his experience, and he's meeting all these people. And these people are usually martial artists. Think about it. If this is the law of attraction, and you know what they say, likes attracts likes, right? But look at the very deep level. In his mind, his subconscious is all kung fu and jiao ga and forms and stuff like that. And but if you hear his story, he's attracting like-minded people, and that's which is martial arts and celebrities, martial arts, or something of that nature. And so he doesn't have to uh, uh, focus it. He embodied it. He lived it. He breathed. He breathed kung fu. He every day it's in his mind. Every day it's his thought patterns. He do kung fu. He's a martial artist. His whole identity is about kung fu and jiao ga. So therefore, he don't need to try hard. All you do is all you do is whoever he wants to track or whatever, he can freaking literally find like-minded people, and he already have a reputation. People know him. He been out there longer than I have. People know what he do, right? So here's the thing: if we forget that we're here not to hide, we're not here to hide our truth, our uniqueness, our differences. We're here to live, to show that we're not all the same. Look, we may hear all the different nuances from the law of attraction, but at the end of the day, you come from a different experiences. That experiences and that knowledge and that background, that past, make you see differently. So rejoice that, celebrate it. Come on, man, let's make you, right? You can't push people believe. You can change you can change people perception, you can change people knowledge, but you can't change the experience that you have or you have experienced. And many people have different experiences with the law of attraction and how they attract into life. I can tell you dozens of story and different story about how it happened. But today I bring you a message that there people want me, okay, to divert if you look up what divert, there's a movie Diversion, but there's the word diversion is to direct, change different path. Well, I don't know exactly, but divert. I don't want to dilute, divert my message. This is how I see it. This YouTube is about sharing your experiences, your perspective. It's about the creator. So I'm creating this. And so if YouTube and everything is creating, why can't we create? Why can't we create something amazing that we want to share to the world? Why is it that I have to tell the same story, the same thing, just like everybody else? Why? Why? I mean, there's truth to the Bible. There's truth that if I love the verse Matthew 7:7. That will always be one of my favorite one. Do you know why? Because that was the late Earl Nightingale. He would say like in his audio program, he would like, if you want the thing, it's all these self-help books, all the goal writing, it's all about directing your mind, man. It's all Think and Grow Rich and the magic of thinking big, and it's all about directing your mind and energy. That's all it really is. Because if you listen to Napoleon Hill, he said we've been gifted with, if there's two envelope that you will have. If one is you don't take full possession of your mind, you will live life like everyone else, not controlling their own mind. While there's another envelope where you get to take full protection, full um, of your mind and direct it to which whatever you want to do. And I like that idea. Well, actually, and why not? Why can't we use that idea? Why can't we direct our mind to the ends which we want to live? Huh? Why do we have to be influenced by someone else? No, it's great. We can. Here's the thing that I don't disregard. It's great to hear people experience and thought, and we should never reject it. We can, um, if we disagree, we can always reject. But it, we can always learn from everyone else. We don't have to be stubborn. We don't have to push away the message. You know, you know. That's why my message is, even if it's tough to talk about sometime on this channel. You know, I'd rather live my dream than watch it, you know, pass away. Because so many of the dream could have happened, but I didn't believe, that it did or not. You know. Anyway, I think that it isn't about wishing for things to happen. Just it isn't just because I think that having a positive attitude is great. It makes you do things most better than if you have a stinking attitude that won't get you nowhere. But if you truly want to shine, you better show like with your thought and experiences, and also along the way it can help people, and along the way it can inspire people to do something. I mean, shoot, like if it can, I'd rather you share it and not share it. I know that people want that people always will be people. You forget too that people always be people, and and people always. I think that it's because they're. I believe that the Bible is about universal laws, subconscious mind, and everything about that. You know, we know that the subconscious mind is a freaking connector to this great universe, and we know that. But then the question I ask you this: what are you putting or planting in your subconscious mind? If the subconscious mind control your vibration, what are you doing to it? What are you putting in your mind? What are you feeding your mind, your thoughts to? And what affirmation are you playing? Yes, we get off track, but we can go back on track of what we were tending to do. And if you feel lost, then there might chance that you can revisit. There's always will be a place in time that you feel a little bit negative, right? You feel like nothing's working, nothing it's going the way you want it to, and you know that it worked, but then you have to, you know. And I think that we law of attraction shouldn't stop us from living a dream. Law of attraction isn't supposed to um, uh, tell you what to do. You tell yourself what to do. You attract. Law of attraction isn't there to live your dream for you. You live your dream for you. Most people forget that. Most people forget that the law of attraction is supposed to be used to bring home to yourself, to be able to bring the greater you, not to hoard the law of attraction and say, oh, this, and this, the universe. Yes, I believe that. I believe all of it. The law of attraction isn't to be used in the way that most people believe it. It's there to help you, not the other way. I mean, people believe it. People have different belief about the law of attraction, and spirituality. But that's why I said most people in the law of attraction, they always study the law of attraction, because I have a couple of people a long time ago, and still today. One is, uh, I don't even want to talk about it. It's too much work. That's why they stay stuck, because they always study the law of attraction. They always they don't want to move on. They don't want to have that there's always a better way to do things. You know that. We all do. And sometimes we will forget that. And I'll bring you back to saying there are good things in life. Good things happen. There's no bad karma. People believe in karma because it's been so indoctrinated by people saying, oh, there's bad karma and good karma. No. It's by how you perceive the world to be. And you influence that world by your perception. Your perception is the most powerful thing on earth. Because you perceive who you are and how you act toward people. Anyway, I think that I know I'm talking about the law of vibration. The law of vibration, if you understand it, your mental can I forgot, in the Kabbalah it's talk about the law of vibration, where you can transform energy, you transmute energy to physical reality by your thoughts, right? So you can do that. But here's the thing. What do you want? Subscribe to my channel. Like my video. Thank you for today. I know it's been ranting, and I hope that you enjoy it. I actually like this ranting. Bye bye.